Hello, family. We hope that you're enjoying yourselves here with us on the Lit Television Network. We're interrupting the current programming in order to begin our following scheduled broadcast. Enjoy.
Hey, welcome back to Monarch MIndz. I'm Jess.
Welcome back to Monarch MIndz. I'm Damien.
So we got some exciting things to talk about. It's some crazy stuff going on in the world of crypto. And then we're going to talk a little bit about marketing and about, setting up businesses and whatnot. Because a lot of people ask, should I do it in my personal name? Should I do it in a business name? Yeah. But yeah, let's talk about this crypto first.
I know. It's hard to believe, right?
It's nuts.
Yeah.
This is the fourth person
that has just disappeared or
disappeared,
been
murdered.
I don't know if we should say murdered or they've expired.
Right.
That's a good term.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if anybody really knows what happened, and
not much has been really released about his cause of death. Well, I heard. I don't know about you. What's his name? Do you know his name?
No.
Young guy.
It was a young one. He was really young. This one was a really young
billionaire.
Guy. Yeah.
Yep. And he was in, was it Mexico or Cancun?
Somewhere.
I don't know, somewhere over
overseas.
There. He was overseas, I think on vacation or something.
Mm-hmm.
And supposedly drowned. That's what I heard.
It's possible.
I don't know.
Yeah. You don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but I don't know. It's a lot of people falling out after crypto.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the thing, that crypto is such an unknown force right now, and it can it can destroy a lot of the financial systems that are in place right now.
Oh yeah.
So I know there are a lot of meetings and a lot of things going on, in many governments and many organizations, trying to get a hold of it and figure out what's going on. Because when you think about it, you have these young guys. I think most of them were like under 30.
Yeah.
And they're billionaires off of crypto technology. Yeah. Because everything's digital. But if I was one of those guys, I'd be a little bit nervous now.
Oh, I would be too.
The homie's starting to fall off. So
right. Better watch your back.
Yeah. It's insane.
Yep.
So, and then there are other companies that I guess are starting to get a little bit shaky.
I've been hearing that as well.
I believe we'll probably see another 2 or 3 FTXs where they just fell, and then the billionaires or the guys behind it, they're gonna go after them. But the crazy thing is, money just doesn't disappear like that.
Right.
So where did it go?
Even if it is digital. So
where did it go? So now we understand why there's probably some people that are gonna expire or get caught up in something that
right, that
they didn't understand.
Yeah, and I'm sure that these stories will probably continue to.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see a lot of them. But a lot of times, if you notice, a lot of them are like small stories here and there, and if you're not paying attention.
Oh yeah, it's easy.
You won't start piecing them together.
Yeah,
but I think that was like the 4th one in the last 6 months or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
So for all those crypto guys out there, be careful. Be real careful.
Yep. With, they say more money, more problems.
Definitely. They had a lot of money. And I don't know, that last one, expiring, is a big problem. Yeah. I give the money back, you can have it.
Right. I'll take my life.
So what else is going on today? What else?
So we're gonna talk a little bit about marketing.
Oh man, yeah, we were talking to a guy, Dr. Adrian Gentry, and he was telling us that marketing, is the key. And I think that's in any business.
Definitely. If you're in the sales industry.
Yeah, I think selling is hard.
It is hard.
Yeah, it's a hard game.
You really have to sell yourself first, I think.
Yeah.
Before you expect someone to sell or you expect someone to buy your product or buy a service from you, I think. So, that's one of the things Dr. Real Estate Jax was talking about, just building that relationship You know, building the relationship first, and then, you know, giving some sort of value, whether it's education, time. You know, you have to give in order to receive, you know, so they say. So,
well, it's something like the more you give, the more you will receive. And that's true. And, you know, especially in real estate, you want to give your customers that information, because I think that's usually the biggest purchase that you'll make in your lifetime.
oh, absolutely, yeah.
You know, when you think about it, you know, either you're buying something that you're going to pass on to the next generation, or something that you may be paying on for 20 or 30 years, and you still have to live in it and maintain it. So, you know, it's a big deal.
So, you know, there's several different ways to market yourself, or to market towards sellers or even buyers. You know, I think real estate revolves around marketing. If you really think about it, marketing is a huge piece of getting business and receiving repeat business. You know?
Oh yeah, because I know a lot of times repeat business comes from, you know, a lot of it is word of mouth.
Yeah, referrals
you
from
know,
other
testimonials, like, oh yeah, I worked with Damien and he was great, or hey man, that guy Damien, don't call him.
Exactly,
you know,
exactly.
It's kind of really one of those things. You know, either you're doing an amazing job or you're not.
Right. And there's a variety of different ways to market yourself. I know we were just talking about YouTube and the power of YouTube.
Yeah. Well, not just YouTube, the power of social media.
Yeah, the power of social media.
I know we've been talking about it, you know, doing the YouTube channel, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Then there's Patch, or I mean, there's so many different ones. And a lot of it just depends on your market, you know.
Yeah, your market and probably, you know, what you're comfortable with. I think personally, you know, some people love doing videos. Some people just rather, you know, maybe take pictures or just take video and do like voiceover on it.
Yeah.
Or just post some pictures on Instagram or on Facebook. Do some marketing that way and just, you know, kind of target certain audiences that way. There's no wrong or right way to do it, I think, in my opinion.
No, I think a lot of it is really just attention, you know. Usually good attention, you know, we don't want to do a Kanye and get all that negative attention. But attention is attention, right? You know, you talk about him because he's entertaining.
Oh, yeah, Kanye. I mean, he does some off-the-wall stuff.
Yes, he does.
But it's memorable. It's memorable.
It's memorable.
So, yeah.
Definitely. So,
and he's, I hate to say it, kind of consistent with it, you know.
He's very consistent with it.
Kanye will be in the news for a minute and fade away a little bit and come back, and fade away. It's this repeat cycle.
Goes back and forth.
Right.
So I mean, you know, he's good. So, someone has taught him well, or he's learned it, and he's just been pushing it out there.
Donald Trump. I hate to say this, but great marketing. I mean. Yeah. We all may not like his tactics and his ways, but I mean, just from a business standpoint, I mean,
his brand. I mean, the Trump brand, just by knowing them, you know. I mean, so he went from, you know, just a businessman, then he went on to a celebrity, and who would have thought about going from a celebrity to the president?
Although the Simpsons predicted it.
They predict everything, right? It must got a time machine or something over there.
Right.
That's scary though, right?
Something we don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, they predict too many things that come true.
Yeah. But yeah, marketing, I mean, so many different ways to do it. But I think the key behind it is that attention. You know, you got to do something that's attention grabbing, and then being consistent with it.
Yeah, people have to see you consistently doing what you're doing. And from there, you know, you have to provide value on what you're doing and show them what you're doing and how what you're doing can help them.
Right.
And I think, you know, once they figure out that this information can help me, they will usually come to you. So, I mean, that's a big deal.
Oh, yeah. You got to build that level of trust and that confidence, you know, between you and that other person, I think. You know, and then, like you said, they're ready to work with you. They want to work with you.
Yeah, most of them. And then, so now, what about the people, when you market, though, I think a lot of people need to figure out whether they're going to market as an individual or whether they're going to market as a company.
Right.
And I think that makes a big difference.
That's a good question. And I think, ultimately, you really got to think about your business, how you want to run your business, your long-term goals. So like for me, I can say I've done marketing both ways. I've done it, as an individual, and then I've done it as a business as well.
Okay.
So like with my Facebook ads at one point, I was running Facebook ads. I ran Facebook ads as Just Buys Houses.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember those.
And then I've also run ads as one of my entities, one of my LLCs.
Okay. So now, which one worked better, do you think?
I think the Just Buys Houses.
Okay,
Honestly,
it's more personal.
It's more personal, a little bit more laid back. I'm out in the community showing what I'm doing. Not that I wasn't doing the same thing with my other LLC, but it just feels more personable, I think, versus a business.
LLC, like,
right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I think when you put a face or
A face to the business.
to the business, like I'm sorry, just offhand, when I think of like Popeyes, you think of the lady on there, or when you think of like KFC, I must be hungry. You think about the Colonel, or McDonald's, you think about Ronald.
Right.
So you think about all these other people. Like NASCAR, they do a lot of promotion for NASCAR, and they do a lot of I don't know, some of the guys. It's been a while, like Bubba Wallace and Dale Earnhardt Jr. and all of those guys. They promote that for NASCAR, and they promote themselves.
Exactly.
So you definitely can see the name to the business.
Oh yeah, yep. And honestly, I don't think there's a wrong or right way to do it. Whether it's you're promoting yourself or just promoting the business. There's a buyer or a seller who's going to be attracted to you if you are consistent in doing what you do. Just be consistent.
Be consistent.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing. So now, what about those people out there that want to start an LLC before they get into business, or should they start it, after they've got into real estate? What do you think?
Right. So in my opinion, this is my opinion, I think that you should give yourself time, get acclimated with what it is that you're doing, in any business. Whether you're wholesaling, I like to tell my wholesaling students, just focus on wholesaling. Wholesale under your personal name first, because you may not even be consistent enough to create an LLC.
Yeah.
Right. The longevity might not even be there.
Yeah. You might get in like, oh, this is not for me.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So I know some people that they'll get into it, they'll read all the books, but then when they get into it and they find out the work that's involved, they're like, it's too much.
They get turned off by it.
Get turned off because it is a lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of contracts. You got to know properties. You got to know a little bit about construction. You got to know a little bit about estimating. So it's a lot of hats that you have to know about to really wholesale properly.
Right. Or have the right people in your circle.
Have the right people.
Maybe you don't want to wholesale by yourself. Maybe you have a partner, do some partnering like me and Damien have done before. We've done some JVs. Where, like Damien had the property under contract and I brought the buyer to the table. Yeah. That right there definitely makes things a whole lot easier when it comes to, having to wear so many hats, I think.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I know a lot of people, they don't want a JV, but me, a few dollars is better than no dollars.
Right.
So I'm already, and then you got to remember you're helping someone. That's the whole point. Someone has a pain problem,
right?
And you're helping them. And then now as realtors, do you think that they should have their own little LLC when they start, or?
Now, when I started as a realtor, I did not have my own LLC. Okay. I did business as Jessica Angel, and then I forget the name of the tax document. But basically,
1099 or something like that?
Yeah, it is a 1099 position. But with my taxes, I did a Schedule C. Okay. That's the name of the form. So it's real easy, I think, for tax purposes to, just attach that Schedule C if you're doing business as yourself. Okay. And I would recommend do business as yourself first. Again, you may not be in a career that you want to be in to go out and purchase the money for LLC or invest in, the LLC name and what else comes along with the LLC?
Websites, domains, business cards.
You want to take it to that business level. Once you have the LLC, I think starting off, you don't need all that stuff. No. You have something to prove to yourself starting off. Either this is a good thing for me, this is going to work, or it may not work. It may, like Damien said, it may not be something that you really like.
Yeah, that's true.
So why waste the money on something first?
That you're never going to use again.
Right.
So I mean, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
A lot of times, for me though, I'll start off, and after 6 months, I'll usually start an LLC, and I'll leave the LLC active, and then for the full year, I'll continue just maybe under my name, and then after that, I rebrand my name to the LLC, and kind of make sure they work in tandem. Like, oh, I'm Damien, blah blah blah, and this is our business,
right?
So I can bring it in.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but that's just what I do.
Yeah, so you're working as yourself, doing business as yourself.
Yeah, because people people want to work with people,
right?
You don't want some faceless company, just doing whatever. Like if you ever notice and you watch a lot of commercials for businesses, they always try to put a personal touch, someone that you can connect with, not just some big old machine that you don't care about.
Something silly just came to my mind. You're gonna laugh at this. Okay, do you know Snyder Air Conditioning Company?
Oh yeah, the Snyder Man.
So they have the Snyder Man. Like Snyder AC is just like so boring by itself.
Yeah.
But they had to bring in something, I think, to make it catchy.
I always see him. He just cracks me up.
And he looks like Spider-Man kind of.
Yeah, but with the Snyder on it.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So clever little tactics to make your brand recognizable.
Yeah, but did you see how it was you connected? The name of the company to the name of their branding and what they, even though it might have been silly and it's funny,
right?
But like, oh, AC's, oh yeah, Snyder, that guy.
Yep.
Let me call him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Again, that that Kanye moment. You gotta have that Kanye moment. So
that Kanye moment. Well, if I can get a couple of those go viral.
Oh yeah, that's all it takes.
It.
Even on TikTok. TikTok is another way to put your content out there, familiarize yourself with people, and just kind of build your fan base in a sense.
Yeah.
So.
Well, believe it or not, I didn't know this maybe about a week ago. People are just doing product videos and putting them on TikTok.
They are.
And I was like, what? That makes no sense. But they, you see the product, they tell you about it in action, and then, it's like, oh, go to the bio. I can't lie. Some of them, I'm like, oh, let me go to the bio. I think I want that.
So are they, from what you're seeing, are they reviewing products or just showing people what products they're selling as a company, or are they promoting, like, let's say Costco? Because I know there's a lot of Costco finds and stuff on TikTok where people just, oh, Costco has this cool product, go check it out, or try these new snacks from Costco. Yeah,
well, I think things like that. I think people are helping other people, and honestly, when I see them, I'll be like, oh yeah, I can use that. So then I might go to the Costco website or whatever and take a look. But then some of them are just like product. Not even really product reviews. They're just showing you the product, kind of telling you about it, letting you see it in action. And then they tell you the link is in the bio. You go to the bio and they have a link to it where you can buy it off like Spotify or their Amazon page or something like that.
So it's like affiliate marketing kind of?
Some of it's probably affiliated marketing, I bet. But, now that I see that, I usually follow that person or whatever. So when they're introducing new stuff, I get to see it. I'm like, oh yeah, I can use that too.
Right. That's how I am, and that's why I brought up Costco. So I like Costco. Costco has some cool stuff.
I got my Costco card.
They have some good food, and they got some good products. Whether it's the littlest things, blankets, towels. Costco even sells towel and stuff now.
They sell a lot of stuff. I think you can even get on there. A friend of mine, we just got a TV from there. He wanted a TV, so we went there and got him a TV. I mean, real cheap. When I was in Michigan just like 2 weeks ago, my sister wanted another TV, so I was like, all right, well, let's go to Costco. We went to Costco. We actually got her a card, and then she bought a TV, and then we went shopping and bought whatever it is that they were shopping for. But I think Costco's pretty good.
Oh, it's awesome. And we only have 2 here in Jacksonville, so.
Oh, I know, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I live right by one, so.
Oh, okay.
I see that place a lot. But no, like when you think about even as Costco, their brand, you just think of like good deals on lots of items, whether it's food, it's electronics, just all those different things. It's like, oh, Costco, okay, yeah. When I'm thinking about something, especially if I want to buy in bulk,
right?
I'm like, oh yeah, let me go to Costco's.
Yep.
So it's all branding.
It is.
And, you know, it's one of those things where you have to take your time, and then you have to know your audience and the message that you want to send.
Definitely.
And
the message
that you want to send. So, you know, whether you're doing something under your name or you're going to go ahead and get an LLC, you know, understand that. So, like, if you know, okay, I'm going to start doing this for a year, you know, under my name, and then I'm going to get an LLC, then, you know, after about the 6 month mark, then start getting ready for your LLC and start getting your website if you're going to have a website, business card. So when it's time to push the LLC out, it's already there. You know, don't wait till the last minute and, you know, Vistaprint, 100 cards. That just...
And you kind of want to gradually roll things out versus trying to do everything all at once.
Oh yeah,
I think that's kind of a challenge.
And then a lot of times when you're doing all that stuff, you know, just straight out of the box, you're not going to be consistent.
Right.
Because you haven't really built it up.
Exactly. You don't know which direction you want to head in as a business right away.
Yeah.
You know,
so take your time. You know, and that's whether you're a wholesaler, an investor,
realtor,
especially realtors. You know, I mean.
Right. People start these teams and stuff, and it's like,
oh, yeah.
Who are you?
I always see the teams.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your name? What brokerage are you with?
Yeah,
you know, you have to kind of play the field first. You know, let people get to know you, then introduce that brand as you start progressing, you know, in business.
Yeah, I think so. And then also getting out there in the community, especially if you're a real estate agent, getting out there in the community, you know, helping out, doing volunteer work,
sponsoring events.
Yep. You know, because I see quite a few realtors doing what first-time home buyers. Because now, when you think about it, you're giving somebody value.
Right.
So when they think it's something, they're going to come back to you. You know, like I was just talking to a guy a week ago, Mr. Thornton, and we were going over trust and, you know, how to, you know, put your assets and protect your assets for long-term generational wealth. And, you know, he gave me such value. So now I know when I'm ready here in a few months, I'm going to go to him because he gave me such value. He connected with me, and I trust him. I feel like, okay, I have that trust.
Right.
So
that's a big deal.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a real big deal because at first I didn't know anything about it. But you know, he was one of my Facebook friends, and I always seen him talking about it. You know, giving information, and then I was like, you know, I might need to do that. I'm like, yeah, I might have to do that. And then when I called him, he made a time for me. We talked for like a half an hour, 45 minutes, just giving me the information. It was never a whole really pushy, you got to do this, when you're going to sign up.
That's the other thing about sales.
Yeah.
In real estate. There's a lot of pushy people out there.
Some of those agents, man, just, yeah, a little bit too pushy, and then they need to answer their phone.
Right. Of course. You have to answer your phone. I mean, you're in a sales-based business.
The first step.
Yep.
Some of them miss the first step. You know, and then now I have to call your brokerage and ask about the property, and they say, oh, that's so-and-so. Then they try to link me, and you still don't answer.
Yeah. It kind of deters a person, I think. You know, if you have to actually go hunt somebody down.
Have to go hunt you down.
Yeah, it's too much work.
So, you know, for me, when you're thinking about it, whether you're doing an LLC or you're just doing it under your name, be consistent. Make sure you know which way you want to go, and then if you know that you're going to do something long term, then plan for it.
Oh yeah.
That's just like for my business. I think a year ago, you know, for like my contracting business, you know, for real estate. We had a logo. It was kind of, so I was like, So now we have a new logo, and we're gonna introduce that at the beginning of the year.
Okay, nice.
So, but it's already done. I think it's been done for about a month. You know, we're just trying to get, some of the marketing together.
Right.
So, but,
And you've been in business for
a couple of years, about 2-3 years.
Okay.
It. So, but you just got to be consistent.
Right.
You got to get out there. You got to help people. And you got to bring them value of anything. I think that's the biggest thing most people want is value.
Definitely.
And I know for us, a lot of times you're super busy. So right now we're even looking to probably bring on a couple virtual assistants to do some of the processes that we were trying to do ourselves.
Right.
Because it's better to take that time so you're consistent than just halfway consistent. So if I can pay somebody else enough money to help me out to stay consistent, and now I'm going to make more money off of it.
Exactly.
Then not only are you providing better customer service, but you got to think about you're providing someone else a job.
Right. That too.
So
Yeah. Business plans.
Oh
yeah. I don't want to say they're dead, but I feel like a lot of people don't create business plans the way they used to.
I do.
You do?
Yeah. I know one time I gave my son a business plan. He's like, "Oh, Dad, no one does business plans like that." Oh, it was too long. I'm like, well, how can I tell the whole story if it's not long enough?
Right.
He's like, oh, it should only be like a page. I'm like, a page?
A page, yeah, that's way
You give me a page
short.
and it's going in the trash. I'm not giving you no money. Like, nah, be that. So, I think that's what a lot of people got to understand. When you do business, be consistent, figure out where you're going, what you're doing, whether you're going to LLC, do your marketing, do your branding.
Yep. Create a plan. Create a plan. And don't get so stuck and hung up on my logo at the very beginning. Logos do not matter at the very beginning. You doing business and getting your face out there is probably the most important thing.
And do good business. I think that's the biggest thing. Because there's been times where I've had to eat money, and I'm thinking like, oh my, this is terrible. But I eat it, and then later on they're like, oh, thank you so much. Here's some more business. So just do good business. Pay attention to your branding, your marketing.
Focus on building a relationship.
Relationships are really that's how business is.
Good communication.
Good communication. Trying to keep everybody in the loop.
You gotta treat people how you want to be treated as a customer too. I think a lot of people sometimes forget that, but it's part of the business. So.
And communication is hard nowadays with with everything going on. It's so many things.
Oh yeah.
But just remember to take the time and communicate.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of times I'm up a little bit later. Like last night I had a call at like 10:45 with one of my investors. 10:45. But we had some stuff we needed to discuss.
Yeah.
And that's just how you do business. Do good business.
Do good business. Do good business, and the rest will fall in the hands.
Yeah. Do good business. Don't worry about an LLC as much, but do plan for it and do good business. Yeah. And that's it for today, right?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, thank you for joining Monarch MIndz.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good day.